The record of rights also, it doesn't show it as a paddy, although maybe a paddy cultivation is there.
Yes.
There is that instance.
Yeah, we admit there are errors, nothing, and we need to address it. So
Yeah,
that's
there
the
are
plan for
errors.
the-
Yes, there could
and
be.
it has to be.
In 189 villages, we are talking, and each village having 1
So
lakh.
state level committee is completely open to correct all the
Yeah,
errors. that you have
absolutely.
brought.
Errors,
100%.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'd like
Genuine
to-
errors if there are.
Okay. Tell me one thing. There is a big uproar in Kutti, Khandepar, just next to Fonda, while going to Usgaon, that suddenly this whole village has been included in ODP, and that's why the people are now shouting. Because it
I
doesn't
think-
come under regional plan now
I
at all.
think I would like to address that. That has happened post notification of the regional plan. Regional plan was notified prior to that, and that is a decision which the government can take from time to time. So I don't think that is part of the regional
not
plan.
part
And
of
we are
it.
not part of it.
So you
That's the
cannot.
deal, that's
This
the
is not
government.
the
See,
forum.
in
for
fact,
that.
what they have done is they have included that as a planning area.
Planning area.
Okay.
Do you mean to say that even after preparing this whole regional plan, you have
Yes.
taken so many efforts to prepare this
Yeah.
regional plan, and suddenly one fine day government can just include any village of that regional plan
Can
into
I
ODP?
say one thing? No. Can I
this
say
thing?
one thing? They can include it in the ODP as long as they don't go beyond the settlement envelope which is envisaged in the regional plan. We have a settlement envelope. You work within the envelope. Anyway, it is shown as settlement. So you can always work within the settlement envelope. Like we are talking
That's what
about.
we have recommended.
Like you are talking about settlement level plans of the village which they will prepare eventually. So tomorrow within the settlement envelope, without going into eco-sensitive areas, if they want to do a planning process, roads, etc., fine, that's all.
The whole ODP itself doesn't come under regional plan.
I
So
don't
in
think it's
ODP
right to
area,
say.
you can
I
do
don't
anything?
think. No, I don't think that's right to say, because the ODPs we have superimposed in our regional plan. We have superimposed eco-sensitive in the ODPs. Now it is for the ODPs to be reviewed based on what
I think it's correct in this way that they don't come under the rules of what was in the
Yes.
regional plan. But don't forget the ODP, whether we like them or not, whether they were done honestly or not, have been legally have legal sanction.
I've gone through the
It
legal
cannot be
process.
suddenly stopped, changed arbitrarily, and we don't have the mandate to do it. But there is a legal process by which they should be corrected, including to put in this Eco 1 area, Eco 2, and that should be fought for. And that should be fought for by the people and by the
people.
politicians. Yes.
By the people. Where you also support this.
Absolutely. I think we should be try very hard to.
I just want to know from you, sir, specifically, that you have suggested certain eco-sensitive zones even in ODP areas. Do you think it will be respected?
Why not? Why wouldn't it be? If there's enough agitation, if people really want it respected, of course it would. Because those things were done at a time when I think Goa was more naive about what was happening. Now people are really concerned.
So basically you are suggesting that then now after GBA agitation, now there should be agitation
I
where
don't think it's an
ODPs should be
agitation.
brought under-
Agitation is another word. I'm not suggesting agitation.
I mean, I'm not
saying
saying
there's the
agitation is
process-
coming on
Democratic
board, but
process.
I said the process of reviewing the ODPs is worth thinking about and getting into. That's the way
to
to
aid
do
this
it.
process, we have marked in all ODPs the eco-sensitive areas, and we have recommended that these should be reviewed by all the PDAs. So
We can't do more than
we
that,
can
you
do
know.
more.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
that's our
just a
mandate. So
recommendatory
that's all we
body,
can do.
Okay, you have told your position about builders thing. There is another allegation which is there that okay, in coastal areas and all, okay, you have taken certain care, but you are completely pro mining. You are suggesting mining corridors. You are suggesting some mining railways, and you are protecting the mining area. What is it?
I don't think that's at all fair. If you see the mining areas have all been mapped. On the maps are shown what is the legal area they can they can mine in, and then all the extra activities which are going on. Really, the word is illegal. I don't know what you use on your television show, but the fact is, this is outside the mining area.
Beyond the lease area.
And it's all there. It's all
If you see the
documented.
plan, you can see we have the lease area which is marked in purple over there. Those are all the lease areas, and we have later on, which we will show you, the parts which we have also marked beyond the lease. Now I agree there is a hue and cry about the rail line that we have introduced, which is pro mining is supposed to be. What is to be understood, if you see the statistics, you will see the amount of traffic that is moving on those roads. There are about 7,500 trucks which move on that road, which means you are looking at 15,000 at a point going up and down in a day on that road. What we are respecting today is what is existing. We have a separate policy, or rather recommendations we have made on mining, where mining should be controlled. But how do we address the immediate problem of the people? So the immediate problem was to solve the traffic moving on the road and creating chaos and confusion.
Yeah, it's not a mining railway lines. It's a thing in which the mining would be in these hoppers which go straight down this road
and
if you
attached
see
to
that-
the existing line.
And you can see it doesn't go through anybody. It's anything. It just goes through those mines,
areas.
and it's some millions of tons would be off the road.
So
It would
that much
change.
amount of traffic will
No.
go off the road. So the trucks will go off the road and this truck. So maybe you have a thing
I
there.
think
So there are 6,000 truck owners who will come on road.
Exactly. So probably that is very a
Yeah,
problem.
No, I
that's
think
right.
quite-
That's a political thing.
Quite
yeah.
frankly, when we looked at settlement areas, when we moved actually into the mining talukas, we were horrified by what was happening in terms of mining. Here we are battling with little plots here and there. But the actual impact of mining in those interior areas is devastating. The impact of the environment over there. We did a simple overlay of just the mine, say the present leases, 129 leases, which the mining department gave us. It covered the whole Tiswadi taluka. All the 323 mines that are supposed to be, valid mining leases, covers the whole of Salset taluka. There's an enormous impact, and these two are the most eco-sensitive areas in this thing. So our policy has been fairly strong on that sense.
In
It
fact,
has been balanced, of course.
Let me just quickly read, because you made a statement that we are pro mining. We have said terminating at earliest from the 117 mines. We have given a criteria which should be terminated immediately, which is 200 meters from river banks, from settlement fences, wildlife sanctuaries, etc. Immediate is what we have said. We have said within 3 years you phase out, which are 500 meters from the settlement, 1 kilometer from the face of population of 500, and within catchment areas. So we have been very, very harsh yet balanced into these recommendations that we have.
I just want to say that this railway line, since we're on it, it's not something which you're doing for the mines. Actually, the real problem is to rehabilitate the devastated area of the mines, the whole density population of Goa, the pattern, and you can see that the people coming from the
Mining
yeah, and from the Ghats and the mining areas are all migrating to the coast. You can see how the population, how the migration comes in. And that is actually what happens along the coast, because then all those people migrate and you get this huge development. Now what RPG was talking about was correcting this thing by emphasizing the railway lines, doubling the tracks, the communication, and then by NH4, which comes in from Londa, from Karnataka, instead of coming right through, can be bifurcated to bypass Goa. But this road will actually be going right through the mining areas. It's a great opportunity to rehabilitate those people with new social infrastructure, new jobs, and I think it should be a major policy of the government of Goa to give those people back their lives, and in that process they should have special tax incentives, the usual thing. I think, and then the growth will come to that middle band which we've been talking about, and then this, I would call it an iron ore line to get the iron ore off the roads. That would be a wonderful line which can be used by those very same communities to travel along. So it's not a waste at all. It's not meant for it all. It's just temporarily to get the trucks off. But
so basically the whole devastated area due to mining transport or mining traffic, and this will be basically you are planning to rehabilitate these people through this kind of things. And if the railway is made, tell me if I understood it correctly, that if this railway line is laid down and doubled, then basically there will be no congestion on the roads, there will be no pollution on the road, there will be no deaths on the road.
Precisely.
And
all these things will stop.
These are the big things which actually what planning is about. It's not just about roads and fighting about the width of the roads.
But then
it's
government will have to also think about those 6,000 truck owners who will be unemployed.
Well, they'll have to...
Exactly. Now we have addressed this. If you look at our plan, and you asked me at that Fonda we have major areas and things like that. Along the new belt, we have also proposed industrial areas, because if mining is going to be phased out, which we are recommending, then there should be alternate employment. So government in its wisdom, we have given marked areas for it. Government in wisdom should decide what kind of industry should come there and see that people get employed. That's what Charles is trying to
And
say.
we're leaving it to also the planning department to actually intervene. That's why we introduced the thing of town planning schemes or land pooling. So basically the government should actually create these townships.
Just last question, because I have only 2 minutes left. In this whole thing, everybody or many people are saying that scrap your plan. go through the whole participative process again based on the draft regional plan and reformulate the plan. What do you feel about it? I have only 2 minutes left. Tell me.
I would feel that from what panchayats have given back now, or the data that has come in, 13 village panchayats have asked for only 13 have asked for scrapping of the plan, and
without a reason.
Without a reason, and 73 have asked for rectification. So that probably is one part. And as we all mentioned earlier, that if there are any issues, we would like to see what
I think if we have said very clearly, if there are errors, we are ready to make the correction. So isn't that a participatory? We are already open to a kind of a participatory process in this.
And there is an inherent contradiction in what the up down and top down or bottom up, etc. It's that if all of us express exactly what we want, somehow it has to be made it has to be managed that that we mostly get what we want, but all of us can't get 100%. So even if you ran through this exercise again, there's no reason to think that you'll all have a happy ending.
That is there. But tell me one thing, just four of you, you've done a lot of work. There is no doubt you have shown us very little of what you have done, but definitely you have done lot of the whole exercise. But there are some major issues where maybe some department like forest has not shown actual forest as forest, or agriculture department has not shown actual paddy field as paddy field. So in such kind of cases, is the committee prepared to physically go to those places
of course,
and actually see if required?
Yeah, we'll do that, absolutely. And
I mean, for example, the PWD hasn't even given us enough base data for the roads over there. We've
been begging for last 3 years.
We've had to map it with Google, with whatever survey plans we had in hand. So there's a lot of data that still has to come.
A lot of government.
Okay, tell me just one thing. After this whole exercise, 28th December is the deadline. After 28th December, you will sit exactly where after doing all these corrections, when the plan will be ready.
It depends upon the magnitude of what inputs we get, because we are asked
6 more months, 3 more months.
No, we would like to do it as early as possible. We are looking at January 31st, but that depends upon the magnitude. Right now, and we have asked them to categorize into various, because a lot of people are asking even for additional settlement.
Possibly before elections?
We would like to do it definitely, wrap it up before elections.
Okay, मुझे टाइम सोंपला, but thank you very much. आम्ही खूपशा गजाली उलयल्या, खूपशा गजालीचेर हे केले. हांव जाणा इतले गजालींतल्यान तुमच्या मनांतले प्रश्न सुटचे ना, बट एक गजाल तरी कळटली की what is the mindset of the state level committee when they were sitting down and preparing this whole plan, आनी तांची तकले भितर कितें आशिल्लें ह्यो गजाली कळ्ळ्यात. त्या गजालींतल्यान पळयलें जाल्यार आतां तुमच्या मुखार लोकां मुखार एकूच पर्याय उरता, तो म्हणजे ह्यो सगळ्यो गजाली अजून 20 डिसेंबर पर्यंत तारीख आसा, त्या हातूंतल्यान वचून त्यो सगळ्यो थंय मांडपाच्यो. दे आर open for correcting the errors. They are open even to come to your village area if the problem is really genuine. Then so they are completely open, and they also want to come out with this plan by 31st January if it is permitted. तशें तरेन शक्य आसल्यार, बट जाता तितली बेगीन आनी इलेक्शनाच्या पयलीं त्या दृश्टींतल्यान लोकांनी थारावपाचें कितें करपाचें. The state level committee is open for this. So thank you very much all of you for coming and clarifying these points. आनी हातूंतल्यान तुमचे सगळे मनांतले प्रश्न सुट्टले, आनी काय प्रश्न जे आसा त्या प्रश्नाक सुटावो करपा खातीर कमिटी ओपन आसतली म्हणून सांगलें. त्या दृश्टींतल्यान तुमी प्रयत्न करतले अशें आमी समजतात. पळयत रावात प्रुडंट मिडिया.